welcome to another episode of Earning the Hate. Hey, go people. You can't make this shit up. I swear, man, the incompetence of government and female quota hires are just freaking outstanding. And this has been going on since I was a cop, and it just has been covered up and nobody has said anything. And now that cameras are out there, you're really seeing the incompetence of hiring people just because of what bathroom they use. So this dude is out at 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday night, and he gets shot in the arm. I'm sure he was leaving the library studying for some medical procedure, and he gets shot in the arm. So as he gets shot in the arm, he falls on the highway right here. Now remember, he's just shot in the arm. He calls 911 and asks for help. People, government never here to help you. Anyway, government's like, oh, no problem. We'll come and we'll save you. We're on our way. And they send Miss Amanda, what's her last name? Was it Cole? I can't remember. I think it was, they just hit me. Cole said, no, that was a victim. Who was the woman? I can't remember. We'll just call her Amanda because I know her first name's Amanda. And most of the news reports are just saying that the police ran over a black man who was shot. They're not saying that it was a female officer. But then in a story, they'll hide at the bottom, her name was Amanda. Maybe she's not a female officer. I don't know. Not that I'd want to accuse anybody of being something they're not. We don't know who's identifying as who. But I am kind of jumping to conclusion as female officer. And I think they use she in a couple things. So he calls 911. She shows up and runs his ass over in the freaking... Are you kidding me? You give this woman a gun. You have her drive a police car and chase people with red lights and a siren. And she can't see this body in the street. And they're going to show the video a little bit. It stops it right before she runs him over. They're saying out of respect for the family. But I'm like, how incompetent do you have to be that you got lights and siren and flashing lights and you can't see a body and you're going to a man down for a shots fired call and you run him over? Oh, did I mention he dies of trauma from the car running him over? Not from the gunshot wound. He died because he called 911 and asked incompetent government to send their incompetent people. And there'll be idiots here calling, we need more training. They need more training, Rick. It isn't a training issue. You cannot train a midget to play in the National Basketball League. There are just some things that are out of some people's wheelhouse. A midget is not going to be able to play with 7-foot basketball players. It just ain't going to work no matter how much training you give him. So all the people yelling for more training for cops, it just drives me nuts. Cops get enough damn training. When you yell more training, all that means is more funding, more money, more waste of time. The cops have plenty of training. The problem is they aren't held accountable when they ignore their training. They're not held accountable when they do things not according to their training. It's just blown over. And they get qualified immunity. And the DA doesn't charge them. And then the other cops come to the rescue and say, oh, it was an accident. She must have just came from a dead baby call. She was upset. Okay, whatever. Plenty of excuses on why cops aren't held accountable. This is bullshit. This is... Now, do I think she intentionally run him over? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's in her heart, but I find it hard to believe that somebody's riding around out there and you see a guy laying in the street and you intentionally run him over. So it's probably an accident, but you got to be some kind of special idiot not to see a freaking body in the road. So let's see how she pulls up here. She takes the corner, and there's the body. Hell, I can see it. I'm back here. I'm not even in the car. I'm way back here in another car's camera view. And I can see the body. How does she not see it? Not only does she not see it, the body's on the left side of the road. She should be driving on the right side of the road. It's almost like she pulls over to the left to hit him. But of course they stop it right before she hits him. So right here, she runs him over, driving the wrong way in traffic on the wrong side of the road, unless this happens to be a one-way, which I don't know, maybe it is. But I see these cars parked here. It looks pretty wild. I bet this is a two-way street. So instead of driving on the right side of the road, she goes on the left side where the body's at and runs him over. And of course, because he's a black man, this is making national news now because Black Lives Matter, and it's got to be a hate crime, and this is going to be the ghetto lottery. The family will get 27 million. They'll have a GoFundMe account. They'll get another few million. Whatever. Just absolutely ridiculous. This is all into government incompetence, quota hiring, this PC hiring, this lack of standard, this lack. There's a thing that's called failure to train and failure to supervise. And there's a case, it might have been Brown versus Cleveland or something. I think it was an Ohio case, Brown versus Cincinnati. I'm not sure. For some reason, Brown sticks in my case. But it goes into failure to do due diligence when hiring, failure to take corrective action when people can't meet the standard, and you continuously employ them even though there's plenty of signs that they're incompetent. And it goes into negligent retention, to where you keep somebody negligently knowing that they're incompetent. And this is rampant in the police departments worldwide. Now, cops would probably agree with that, but they're going to come here and cry because man, you're making people hate us because you're making earning to hate videos and it's isolated incidents. Shut up, you freaking badge polishing crybaby. Go rub a freaking glazed donut on your badge and lick it off and quit coming here crying. I'm so tired of the cops coming here crying every time I show the incompetence of government and wanting government to be held accountable and have higher standards. Government keeps telling a pesky citizen, we cannot have guns because it's too dangerous and we can't get enough training. Yet they give these cops plenty of freaking training and they're shooting everybody, and they can't even drive on the right side of the road without running over a body. When it's plain to see, I can see the body way back here. How the hell does this woman, Amanda, not see the body? Are you kidding me? Now they jump. I think they freeze it. She runs it over, and then I think they show a clip where she's past it and the other unit stops. So this guy saw the body and went, well, I'll stop back here. I don't even want my tire tracks close to it because I know her dumb ass will be saying it wasn't my fault and it was the male cop that blinded me and he's at fault. And if he didn't have his lights on me, I could have seen, and it'll be everybody's fault except poor Amanda. Why are we picking on her? Then she'll get a lawyer and sue because she's a woman and everybody's sexist and they're just picking on. Won't be anything to do with her incompetence. Won't be with a bad evaluation. Won't be that you could probably get 20 statements from 20 other cops that she's been incompetent since she was hired, been on the agency for 2 years. Nope, none of that'll come up. It'll be, you're picking on me because I'm a woman and it's not fair. Absolutely outrageous. Dude calls 911 and the cops show up and run his ass over and kill him. He was shot in the arm and the cops kill him because they can't drive. It's just, it's almost so ludicrous that it's freaking funny. That how can people not see this going on every day across this country, and how you can't connect the dots that this bullshit PC, we got to hire somebody because of what bathroom they use or what color they are, or to be PC, or to prove that we're not bad people. We hire incompetent people. We give them guns, badges, and police cars, and we let them go out there and kill citizens, and we claim it's something else. It has nothing to do with our negligent hiring and negligent retention. Outrageous. Earning the hate. Way to go, Ohio. There's quite a few articles on this if you want to go read. But I'll try to put a link in here, because they asked during this interview, they asked the chief, why wasn't she given a blood test? Why didn't they take a blood draw? And the chief goes, well, it's not standard procedure that they have to take a blood draw without other indicators. Well, what other indicators? I mean, if I would have been there, I'd have been like, well, what other indicators do you need? She ran over a body in the middle of the freaking street that another officer behind her saw her do it, and he stopped. What other indicator are you waiting for, Mr. Police Chief? Why wouldn't you give this person a breathalyzer just for GP? I mean, if we're involved in an accident, I want to take a breathalyzer. Give me the freaking test. I don't want anybody coming back saying I was drunk. Why wouldn't they give her a breathalyzer test? Rick, it's not fair. You're just picking on her because she's a woman and all women are great and they can do anything a man can do. And it's all right, whatever. Freaking crazy. As soon as a midget starts playing for the National Basketball League, I'll believe this bullshit. All right, we'll end that there. Earning the hate.